Word up, peeps! Thugnificent here. My pal Mr. Canu asked me to do this lab video for you, and well, here I am. Now, as Thugnificent, you've seen me in other videos, such as Thuggery and Cross-Country Running, featuring Carlos Regalado. And what does chemistry have to do with thuggery? Part 4. Hey, I just got in. I know I'm all dressed up in my bling, yo. I came in. I was at the 88mm Productions promo party. I dropped a few bars on my next album. It's going to be coming up. Yes, but I'm here to do a chemistry lab. So let's get this thing started. All right. So the idea behind this lab, ladies and gentlemen, is you are going to be testing out sodium bicarbonate. You're going to be conducting some tests and you're going to be observing what are the results of the tests. So what is it that we're going to be needing? First off, we're going to need personal protective equipment. PPE, personal protective equipment. What does that look like? Well, first I got to take my precious bling here, gold-plated cylinder. I'm going to put that off to the side. And first thing I'm going to need, and it's a must-have, is an apron. Yup, gotta have that apron on there, okay? Gotta make sure for protection. And ladies, something to put your hair into a ponytail, because we are working with open flame that's gonna be coming from this burner right here. Yeah. So you're gonna need that, ladies. Now, what you don't want to do is end up looking like this, because Thugnificent looks good like this. You don't, okay? I'm just saying to all the hair haters out there, okay? Brian Holland's my role model. What can I say? Okay, so you need this. You got to do your hair up in a ponytail. What's the other personal protective equipment? Ah, yes, the goggles. Yep, got to have the goggles, guys. And some people are going to say, but I wear glasses. The goggles, look closely. Goggles are covering my glasses. Now remember, if the goggles bug you, go off to the side away from everybody. Take the goggles off, take your glasses, rub your eyes, put your glasses on, put the goggles back on, and get back in the game! Meaning lab experiment. All right. So you're going to be working with sodium bicarbonate. Now, what is the materials that you're going to have here? Well, you're going to have a test tube rack. You've got some test tubes, and you're only going to use 3 of them because you're running 3 tests. You have Lugol's solution, which is kind of like a brown orangey color solution. This we use to test for starch. Now, if it turns dark, like black or purple, that tells us that the sodium bicarbonate would have starch in it. Now, where do we find starch? Well, we find starch in things like bread, rice, pasta, potatoes, great source of starch. I'm just saying. Now, the other test that we're also going to do, and remember this is for observations, okay? Acetic acid. Now this is 5%. You don't taste it, okay? That's not the purpose of the lab, so be responsible. This is acetic acid, okay? That's going to be your, so that's 2 things that you're working with. The next thing you're also going to be working with heating it up. You're going to heat up a sample of sodium bicarbonate, and we're going to do that safely. Okay, so let's put this stuff off to the side. So for that last test, okay, you're going to have this, a burner, and you're going to have a test tube clamp. That looks something like this. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, first off, you have to get some sodium bicarbonate. How do we do that? Well, first, you're going to grab a test tube. Now, the next thing I have to do is I have to unhook this, because you know what? Despite 88mm Productions budgets, I have no budget. I'm a crew of 1. Okay, well, that's not true. There's I, me, myself, and I, but we got a new member. Yo! Magnificent himself. Okay, now let's get down to business. Okay, so here we are. We're at here, and you'll notice, hey, sodium bicarbonate, that's a whitish powder. Yes. So what are you going to do? We're going to measure about half a gram of this. Now you may notice, here's your balance. You say, oh wow, it's negative 0.24 grams. Right. I did something with it before. So you're going to get a weighing paper, very flimsy. You're going to put it on here, and you notice it went to 0. Hey, awesome. You got a scoopula. You're going to dig in a little bit. You don't need much. Okay. Okay, we're looking at about half a gram. So we'll spoon a little bit more in there. Okay. Yeah, I don't need that much. Let's see. Here we go. And almost 45. Just a little bit more. 47. I'm starting to sound like a European soccer star. Yes, I got it. Woo! Okay. Now what? Okay. You've achieved it. You got half gram. What do? You're going to put that in your test tube. Now, how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to take the powder back to the table. You're going to take the powder back to your lab station. Okay? So here we are. We got our powder. This is not a drug, so please don't do something dumb with it. That's not sodium bicarbonate, for crying out loud. Okay, so we're going to take that. Now you could bring your test tube down there if you want, or you could just bring the powder with the paper with the powder in it, and then you just slowly tap it in. And now we have a sample. Now you're going to do this with the 3 trials. The one with the Lugol solution, the one with the acetic acid 5%, don't taste, and don't taste the Lugols either. Don't taste any of the chemicals in this lab. Okay? Do not. Okay? Have some responsibility. Now, how am I going to handle the heating up test? I'm going to put my camera back on my mount here, and since I have virtually no editing whatsoever, I'm going to bring it over a little bit closer so you guys can see this. Okay. Now, this is really important how you handle this. This is our test tube clamp. Okay? Now, you're going to open it up. See how it opens when you squeeze? And then when you let go, it closes back. Okay? So this is what it's going to look like. So we're going to, let me zero in on the thing itself so you can see. So you're going to open it up. You're going to close it like this. Now, if it doesn't hold like this by itself, then it's not going to work. Okay? If it's holding like you're seeing it right now, you're good to go. Woo! Okay. So now, what do? You're going to have your instructor light the burner. Woo! Yeah. Fire. Yeah. You're going to have the instructor light the burner. Okay, let's see. Okay, I got to zero it. There we go. So we got our burner right here. Okay, so we have that. And guys, you got to understand something. Okay? When you're looking at grabbing how to grab this, you don't need to put any force into it. You can lift it up just like this. You don't need to squeeze. You'd say, well, wait a minute, how come? Here's what happens. If I squeeze, it drops. Okay? So it should not even be anywhere near the floor. Okay, I'll demonstrate again. Now I'm lifting it up. Now notice all I got to do is just hold it, and I'm bringing it back to the burner. Now the burner's on, and you're going to heat it up like this, and you're going to be observing what's happening with our sodium bicarbonate, okay? And you only need maybe about 15 to 30 seconds of the test, okay? And you should be able to observe what's going on, and you got to write down the observations of what you're seeing, okay? That's the point about this lab. We're not doing numbers, we're doing observations for this, okay? Once you're done, you're going to hang on to this, and this is not going to get hot while you're heating it up because you're not heating it up that long. We're going to get some pretty fast results. So you're going to bring this back, and then you're going to put it here, okay? And then you squeeze it open and let go, and that would be it, okay? And you know what? That's it for the lab. So you got three things happening. You're working with sodium bicarbonate. Test 1, you can do the heating up test. Test 2, okay, you're going to do Lugol's. Test 3, you're going to be testing with acetic acid to see what's happening with that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the lab. Okay? All right. It is time now to end this. Okay? Or as they say in Mortal Kombat, finish him! All right. That's the end of this lab. Hopefully you got your 5 facts written down, because I know my main man, Canu, is going to be checking when you're done with this video. Okay. Till next time, this is Thugnificent signing off.